Let's go.
Nope.
What's up, everybody? My name's Tyler. This is Sean. We're Rendered Reality. Hope you guys had a good holiday, if you guys are into that kind of thing.
Into that kind of thing.
Well, I know, some people don't celebrate and stuff, so I want to not judge anybody for what they like and don't like. But we're glad you're here. I just got done brewing a fresh pot of coffee. You got yours, Sean? Actually,
I do. I had to run downstairs real quick and grab a couple cups because we were running behind this morning, and we have a very good reason, and it's not at all our fault. It's not our fault that we were late today. The responsibility solely rests on Adam.
One guy.
Adam it's his fault.
Yep.
He kept us up way too late last night playing Project Cars. And it is totally his fault. Yeah, Project Cars 2 in VR. So
yeah, he probably might not be here or be in here. I don't know. I need to keep watching because I'd be surprised if he made it up. I think I was up till 1 or so playing.
I wasn't up that late. You stayed up later than me, but I was up still past my bedtime. So
yeah, it was a lot of fun though. We had a good time. Go ahead.
I don't know if his name is the same in YouTube chat.
Right.
On our Discord, it's ATOM. So if you see him in here, or if you're on the Discord and you were a little frustrated that we were late this morning, feel free to give him a hard time. I'm okay with that. So. Oh, he isn't here. I see a smiley face. So.
Oh, man. It was a lot of fun, though. Yeah, it was nice. I haven't done any sim racing in a long time. Myself, I don't even think I probably did maybe once on the Index, I'm sure, because I would have had Dirt Rally 2. But that's probably when it wasn't running good. And then I had my whole move when I moved houses, and I haven't done it since. And actually, I lost my whole desk setup that I had previously. Now I'm on a bar height counter, so I can't really run my steering wheel and stuff on it. So I actually, Thursday night, decided to get a little crafty because I wanted one for the other day. And I just, there you go. I decided to build my own. And it does look a little homemade at the moment. It won't for too long. I want to make sure everything's right exactly where I want it. And then I'm probably going to finish it off, stain it, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and you were using this last night.
Oh, it was great, man.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
And so actually the way you set this up with the computer chair, you can use your computer chair and pop it in there, and you actually notch the back board for the legs to fit into, right? So it doesn't move around or shift side to side, and it serves as a backstop as well.
I was really worried about that. The chair swiveling or moving, but honestly, it never even fazed me. Because I made the shifter right. The arms on this, it's actually a Herman Miller chair, and you probably don't know much about these, but they're fully adjustable. So the arms actually, I can drop the arms all the way down and put it to like where my armrest would be in one of my cars that I'm used to, and it worked perfect. I even actually got into my Subaru and made some reference measurements for some things because I'm like, that's legit. What I used to road race in. That's what I want it to be. So so it was kind of cool. It worked really well. But in VR, you don't see this stuff. So I don't need
it doesn't matter what it looks
simulator. Like. Yeah, exactly. So what do I care?
As long as the stuff's firmly mounted, and you were actually talking about ordering one. You were talking about ordering an actual sim rig, but you were like, I don't want to wait for it. I want to play this weekend, make something that works. Yeah. And one of the main reason we were playing some sim racing is because you still don't have your Index controller repaired yet. Right. So this was a game that we could go into and not have to worry about controllers, which was a nice thing,
which I'm kind of limited on that front now, unless I'm going with link cable with the Quest, I'm pretty limited.
And we're going to get into some of that because that's still pretty limiting at this point, right, too, and there was a reason we weren't using that as well, so we'll get into some of that talk, but yeah, we had a lot of fun last night.
With this, it was just, I literally bought maybe $20 worth of screws. I bought some brackets that I want to be able to hang the headset on, which I haven't placed yet. And a place maybe to hang some controllers on it. And I got enough up above. I can put a Stream Deck and a mouse pad or something if I wanted to. But yeah, honestly, it cost me probably $30 in material, parts, and everything.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. It was a lot of fun to do. I did it. It probably took me more time than I should have because I triple check all my measurements and everything, and it probably took me about 4 hours to make. But even though it wouldn't look like that, it looks like it's basically 2x4s and plywood. So,
but all the measuring and the figuring out, because you didn't use any. Did you use any kind of plans online, or you just kind of free formed it?
No,
yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
No, but it was a lot of fun, and it honestly makes it so much more fun in racing sims with a wheel and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And we'll get into which wheel and stuff that, we both have actually here later.
Yeah.
But it was a good time. We played with everybody. Keep an eye on our Discord too, because we kind of threw it out there last minute, like, hey, we're going to get on and go in. And Adam joined us, and I know some other people were like, oh man, I missed it.
Yeah, they didn't know soon enough. So.
Yep. It was just a real quick, we're jumping in, but yeah, we were in there for what, 3 hours, 4 hours probably?
A while, yeah. We were in there for a while.
At least, probably, yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. So, and one thing real quick too, did you add the Gleam link in the Discord? I mean, in the description?
I didn't actually, but I can do that. We got a little thrown around here by a couple things before we started.
Yeah, we kind of added some plans of what we wanted to do last minute, and that kind of slowed us down. But we do have a Gleam giveaway for Asgards Wrath. So an Oculus code for Asgards Wrath. We're going to run that for a week, I think. So it'll end next weekend after the show. So even next show, you'll have a chance to sign up for it. But I mean, that's like one of the top contenders for Game of the Year. Absolutely phenomenal game. So glad somebody can actually get to try that out. And really, the reason I got this code, if we want to get into that, I got pretty lucky with this. Yeah. So the link cable is now available. We put out a little bit of a video yesterday talking about the weight and the thickness of the cable, comparing it with some other cables and stuff like that. And when I ordered my link cable, it was supposed to ship out, I believe, what was it? Like 2 days, like a day or two. Yeah, a day or two after it released. So I got an email and saying that it was delayed, and they gave a $20 credit for that. And then when mine shipped, which yours still hasn't shipped yet, right? You haven't got a tracking number, and we ordered almost the same time.
Identically, and mine still says ships by the 20th.
Yeah, so when I got my tracking update, I got another email with an update and tracking number, and I didn't even realize it. So in that email that sent the tracking number said, since you ordered from the official Oculus store, you are entitled to an Asgard's Wrath game. So, and I didn't even notice it. So then I got another email later that said, we made a mistake and we put that in that email that wasn't supposed to be here, but we're going to honor it anyways. And they sent me a code. So I was like, wow, this is awesome. So I mean, they made a mistake. So really, I got the link cable for almost free. I mean, I got a $20 coupon and a $40 game. So that's pretty awesome. I was really excited about that. And I already have Asgard's Wrath. So I figured what better way than to just go ahead and give it to somebody else that doesn't have it. So
yeah, there's a lot of other people that got it too, and they must have honored it to everybody. So it must not have been just,
just the people that got that email. I'm not sure how many of those emails came out. I don't know if that happened with all of the Oculus Link orders that have shipped so far. I don't know if everybody got that. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so
let us know in chat too. I'm curious because I thought maybe it was just a choice few people that it went out to, but
I don't know.
It looks like it went out to a lot of people. So they gave a lot of copies out. So someone else is going to get it as well. I didn't even get any of this because mine didn't go on the first shipment. So I did get the $20, but I didn't get the Asgard's Wrath, and I didn't get it shipped yet. So
yeah. It's pretty cool.
So that sucks, but
so to get into the link cable a little bit, so far I'm really impressed with it. The fact of how lightweight, flexible, and stuff it is. I'm used to playing Rift S now and Index and stuff, and that has a heavy, thick cable that's not very flexible. So when you're in VR, you oftentimes especially the way the Rift S comes, it kind of comes hanging off the side, and putting it to the back helps quite a bit. And I did that, but you still feel that cable. Like, you still feel the tug of the weight of the cable and stuff sometimes. And playing on the Quest with the official link cable, the cable almost disappears. I mean, it's so light and flexible that you almost forget that you even have a cable there at all, which I guess could be dangerous for new people playing on Quest if they're going to tether to a PC. But
that's true.
And performance-wise...
that's scary, too, because now these people are going to get used to the Quest being wireless. And then go to this.
I know.
We're used to the opposite, so we're a little more leery of it.
I'm a little nervous.
I don't know now. Yeah,
I'm a little nervous for people, seriously, because like you said, we're the opposite. So we've been playing with wired VR for so long that in Quest, I forget that I can move all around sometimes. So people that are used to being able to move anywhere in their space and they're not hooked to anything, they're not worried about stepping on a cord and ripping it out.
Sure,
that's going to be a big learning curve. And so performance-wise on the link cable so far, it's been really good. I haven't had really any issues, and in the video that we did, I didn't do any kind of performance, comparisons or anything in the video because I wanted to spend more time with it. But absolutely. I know from when I was using the Anchor cable before, I did have some hiccups like in the home environment and stuff, and that seems to not be a problem now. I'm not sure if that is because of an update or if that's because of the cable. I have a feeling it's just software side, but
probably is.
But yeah, so far, I mean, it's been excellent. My huge complaint about the link cable right now is that there's no voice chat. So we tried to, we might as well get into it right now. We tried to do this, and we couldn't play anything because you can't use Discord. You can't use any PC-sided voice chat. It's disabled right now. I guess they had some issues with it, and they disabled that for right now. So that was a huge bummer.
Yeah, and my biggest thing, too, when we played was, and I wasn't using the official cable because I don't have mine yet, but it won't work any different, at least for the moment. I was actually getting an echo because the only way we could get chat to work was when we joined an Oculus chat itself.
Right. And it was using Quest. It was using the Quest as the mic chat. It wasn't using PCVR mic.
It was using the Quest itself for chat. And for whatever reason, I was picking up like a mirrored audio from the PC side chat, and I was hearing double. It was just driving me crazy. And I did find a little bit of a workaround to this, though. The only way I could get it to work is I went into Control Panel, and I found some type of Oculus runtime that I hadn't really seen before, and I actually stopped it, and all the audio mirroring, all the echo issues went away. So I don't know if there was something else running. I don't think so because I've never had that problem before. But yeah, I mean, it sort of worked for us. Yeah, I don't know.
It only worked if we were playing something, that we could use Oculus chat with.
Well, right. So. And then you have to be using Oculus, software, and you couldn't be playing with anybody that's running, an index or something too,
right?
Because you can't be in Discord. So that makes it tough as well. So I really think they need to, I thought they would have had that ironed out in the beginning, personally. Yeah. I mean, it needs to run like a PC VR headset to me.
Yeah, I mean, technically, still it is in beta. It is still in beta form. It's not the finished product yet.
That's true.
I mean, I think they put that out there to work out these kinks, things like. Right. But I figured by the time the official cable came out, then it would be pretty much ironed out for the most part. But I mean, they're still working on it. I think we're still even going to see improvements. But overall, I mean, if you have a Quest and you've never played PC VR and you have access to a gaming PC. Oh my goodness, do yourself a favor and get some kind of cable. You don't have to get this official cable, but I mean, it just opens up a whole new world to PCVR games that it are just on another level than what Quest plays now. And Quest has a lot of great games, but it's just...
Sure it does.
It is
thousands of games too.
Yeah, I mean, it's so many
free
games.
Stuff, tons of free stuff out there. I did have an issue though with mine, and the only problem I had is not using the official. I used the one that they recommended with an extension. Actually then into an adapter for USB-C into my GPU. So that's the one way I got to work that I could have an extended length so I could be away from my desk. And we were in the middle playing Pavlov, and I ripped the cable out in the middle. And I just, oh no, we still have this audio?
I guess so. I never changed it.
Cheers, Caleb.
Thank you for that. Awesome. That is awesome. Truly appreciate that.
Gosh, I forgot we had that in here still.
That is really cool.
No, it's horrible.
That is really cool.
So that's amazing. Awesome. So we ripped it out. What were we playing? Wasn't it Pavlov? No. Standout. Standout's what we were playing.
Oh yeah,
and we were squatting.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
It was down to Sean and I and one guy, and he was up on top of a building, and he had us pinned because we had to get into the circle. And all of a sudden, I was making a move to where I was going to throw. I had a building structure, a box I was going to throw down. So I was going to run out, throw it down for protection. We could run up to it and get in the circle. Well, as I was running out, just about to throw the box down, I ripped the cord out.
Yeah.
And all this, Sean didn't know what happened. I just started sprinting towards this guy that was shooting at us.
Straight towards him. No cover, no anything. I'm like, what is going on right now? So I started to run too, and we had no idea where the guy was. We ended up both dying on that one. We won like almost every other one, but we definitely died on that one.
It was a lot of fun. But Sean thought I was like kamikazing or something.
Seriously, I thought he became kamikaze. Yeah, I thought you were going to sacrifice yourself for me.
And you said I actually almost made it. Like I ran all the way up to him.
Yeah.
Completely. And didn't
almost
die,
made it. I was trying to cover you, but I didn't know where he was, and I was so confused about what was going on.
But that's a little issue too with having an extension on it. Is my point is that things like that can happen, and that's always a thing. I need the distance here, so I got plenty of room. So
right, and so it does come with the official link cable. I don't know where you'd be able to see that. It does come with the little clip to attach the cable to the headset, which is really nice. My problem is I'm running the Deluxe audio strap and it doesn't fit. So I'm gonna use probably a zip tie or some Velcro or something for right now.
I've got tons of them little Velcro ones because like when you buy a new one anymore, they come with them. So I've got tons
I have
of
a
those.
bunch too. So a little bit disappointing though with the voice chat not working with the link. Is my plan was last night we played Project Cars 2 like we said for hours, and I was like, this is gonna be perfect. You know, perfect opportunity to plug in the link cable, see how this thing performs. You know, it's a pretty intense game. Yeah, demanding game. I was like, this is gonna be perfect. So I was like, all right, I get it all set up. I jump in. Tyler's like, join the general chat in Discord. I'm like, all right, sweet. I jump in there. I'm like, hello?
Nothing.
Hello? Like nothing. So I'm looking at the little meter and it's not moving at all when I'm talking. I'm like, oh, dang it, I forgot. So, you know, since we were playing, you know, Tyler was planning on going on the Pimax, which we'll get into that. Ended up playing on the Index, and Adam was playing with us. He was on an Index, so I was like, I ended up switching to the Index. But I was really disappointed because it was a good opportunity to play for hours and hours on the Quest with the link, and that opportunity didn't happen. But I have played a couple things so far. I definitely want to spend some more time with it, but.
Yeah, and it seems like everyone else is having, I mean, good luck with it and stuff. From what I saw from your video, is it's a lot more flexible than I thought it was going to be, being fiber optic.
Yeah, it is.
That's very surprising to me, and how thin and flexible it is.
Yeah, the nice thing is it doesn't seem to kink. Like when I was testing the Rift S cable and I bent it, it didn't like bounce back, and I was like, oh, that didn't seem real good, you know. So it doesn't seem to kink like some of the other cables do.
I still want to know the twist, how it's going to twist, because I twist my cable so much.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
I'm not a snap turner like you are.
Yeah, I've gotten pretty used to using snap turn or a smooth rotation and stuff because I never wanted to get my cable all twisted up. Like even my CV1 cable is still in relatively good, you know, form, because every time after I would play, I would always unplug it and I would always pull it back straight to pull out the wrinkles and stuff. But so,
I know.
And real quick, Phil Yarn was saying that he's heard great things about the new Rift S cord. So I don't know if they changed the cord on the Rift S. Did they change that from the original?
I don't know.
I'm not sure either, because that cord is pretty bulky. So that would be cool if they did. I'm not sure about that, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. I actually need a CV1 cable.
I sent you one.
I know.
And you haven't picked it up. My wife was back in Ohio, and she's been there, and you haven't picked it up. I know. So, but hopefully,
it's crazy.
Yeah, let's get into the Index talk a little bit. Hopefully, we have some resolve to Tyler's massive controller issues.
Look, I have so many VR casualties lately.
Oh, man. Yeah, let's just get into all of Tyler's misfortune. Let's just have an episode about how much it sucks to be Tyler right now.
Oh
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Why? All right, fine. So I did want to go use the Pimax last night. So I'm like, okay, I haven't done racing sims. I haven't got to use the 5K Plus with a sim yet. So I'm like, perfect, you know, got the rig set up, put the headset, wide field of view. And I went to put it on. I'm like, you know what? 120 hertz update came out for the 5K Plus. I'm like, I'm in. So I actually went to get the beta software for it, went to put it on. And during the upload of the firmware to the headset, it froze at 100%.
Just wouldn't do anything. Past it. Wouldn't do nothing.
Wouldn't say completed like it always does. And it sat there for, I don't know, maybe a half hour like that. And I'm like, okay, something's not right. Which is like worst case scenario, because then what do? You know, you don't want to disconnect power from the headset. You don't want to unplug it. So, you know, I have about the patience of a 5-year-old when it comes to that stuff. So I decided to start unplugging things. And I ended up getting the software back up, reinstalling the old software in thoughts that it didn't actually upload the firmware to it, and it still wouldn't recognize the headset. And so now I actually did power it off, powered it back on, and I still had all the audio, mic, and stuff all worked through it. But I do have a red light now on the headset. So I may have a giant 5K Plus paperweight, but I actually don't think. I did do a lot of research with it, and supposedly Pimax can actually fix any problems with that through TeamViewer. So they essentially take over your computer and do their magic inside the headset, and I don't know if they upload new firmware to the board or what they do, but supposedly it's fixable. I really didn't get a whole lot of time to dive into it because we wanted to play. So I threw the Index on, got in, and that's been the last of it. So I think it's still okay. I'm not too worried about it. But at the time, like this moment, it's a paperweight. So,
yeah.
With the giant lenses.
So hopefully that'll get taken care of. And then Index controller, you have news on the Index controller.
So I do have.
Do I still have pictures of that?
I don't know if you do or not. I do have actually though affirmation from Valve that I am now sending them back to them.
This carnage.
I don't know what.
Sorry, I know it hurts to look at. I
apologize. I know. If you guys didn't catch it on the last episode, this was a huge casualty for me.
I'm sorry that I'm
big
laughing.
Time. And the bad part is it's not the broken stick controller either. This is the right controller that worked perfectly well. But luckily, they are RMAing both controllers for me. So both serials, both controllers are getting sent back. And I'm sure I'll have, I don't know, a good month turnaround on these at least. I don't know. Are they actually fixing the sticks, though, or just replacing the whole thing?
I think they were replacing
I don't know that.
Because from what I understood, a lot of people, you could send it back before, or they would send you a new one before you had to send yours back, but I'm not sure.
Well, I will check. I'll double check it with the serial numbers and stuff once I get them back. But they are going to fix, hopefully, both of them. I don't care if I'm paying for a right one. Completely, because you can't actually buy a single controller from Valve, let alone both of them.
Right.
Which is a little ridiculous. And did you actually upload that image I sent you, what they're selling for right now?
I don't know.
On eBay, they are going for a ridiculous amount of money. It's insane because I thought, okay, maybe people are getting rid of them. Now the holidays are a little past, day of, day after, and people aren't buying them. But was I wrong? Because I think the last one that sold was, I think $800 some.
Insane
like
prices.
Over $850 for a pair of Knuckles controllers, just the controllers. Like, that's unbelievable to me. I mean, you could have two whole, a Rift S and a Quest headset for less than that. Except that you can't get either.
Yeah, you can't get anything. I mean, moral of the story is if you want VR right now, you're waiting until, February at least, around there.
And if you have VR, please be careful with it.
Yeah, don't
be careful of ceiling fans. Be careful of overhead lighting, desk. Make sure your boundaries are a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
That was my mistake. I get greedy.
So real quick, Phil Yarn did say that the new Rift S cable is supposed to be a lot lighter than the old model. So I guess the replacements that people were getting, they were sending out a lighter cable. And I looked on the website and you can buy a Rift S cable for, I think it's $79. And hopefully that is the new lighter model, which I'm super interested in that. I did not know that. That's cool. News to me because I do not like the Rift S cable,
but I think
the original one.
I know the Pimax cables are $70, I think. I'm not sure what the Rift S are. Oh, jeez.
I feel like it's a dance party every time this comes on. Like, I don't know. It's amazing. I love it.
Cheers, Tony.
Yeah, seriously. Awesome. So he said, just for your time, we really, really appreciate that. That's so awesome.
That's
really,
awesome.
Really cool.
Oh, man. Yeah. Last night we were like, are we going to be able to do a show tomorrow?
Well, really, in all honesty, we were originally talking about the show this week, and we're like, what do you want to kind of get into on this show? Because really this past week with the holiday, there wasn't a lot of, breaking news, a lot of really big news stuff to talk about and really be excited about getting into. So we kind of brainstormed some stuff, and, a lot of people are doing the top 10 game of the year stuff. So I think that's covered by everybody. So this episode,
we cover throughout all our shows what we think is, prime and what's out, what you should and shouldn't, and what we've tried. So I get it.
Yeah, definitely. So I think in this episode, there's a couple little news things we do want to get into, a couple things to talk about. CES is coming up real soon, which we really should have went to this year.
Don't even bring that up.
So 2021, we will be at CES. But for this year, it is coming up. And I think there's slowly starting to be some things trickling out about CES that I think will be pretty exciting stuff to see. So we're going to get into a little bit of that. We're also going to get into, we're going to talk about some accessories. We're going to talk about VR accessories this episode to talk about what we like, what we use, things we recommend, because there's a lot of new people. There's a lot of new people getting into VR right now. There's a ton of people that got it for Christmas. There's a ton of people that were disappointed by Christmas. But either way, it is growing pretty huge. So we're going to get into a lot of that kind of
the
stuff.
Disappointment, there's a lot of hard times had by people trying to find Quest, Rift, Index.
I've had a lot of people, you know, family, extended family and stuff messaging me like, hey, this person I know is looking for a quest or looking for this. Where can I find one? And I'm like, this isn't a good time to try to find one because you pretty much can't. So yeah, they're pretty much sold out everywhere. And somebody on the Discord, they were talking about, go ahead. And because I was actually real busy when all that conversation was going on. So
I saw it pop up and I'm trying to think who it was now. Teslagloves or I'm trying to think who it was. Taco Galactic, yeah, that's who I think it was. Posted that they saw on Best Buy, they got a notification that the Quest was back in stock, and he said initially the 128. So I ran immediately. I went over to Best Buy's website and checked to see what was in stock, and they were both actually in stock. So I posted to everybody on our Discord and said, hey, you know, it's in stock. If you guys want to hop over there, you might have a couple minutes. Because I figured it'll be gone instantly because everyone's getting those emails pushed to them. It might have been 30, maybe a minute and a half, I don't know, till the 64 sold out, and maybe 2 to 3 minutes on the 128. But I think he did pick one up. He was trying to get 3 and could only get 1. So it sold instantly. But I'm trying to think, one of them right now currently is available on Best Buy Canada. It might be the Rift S. I can't remember which one it is, but it's insane right now to try and pick one up for. It's, you know, before the holidays, and now even after. You got to think people are going out and spending that Christmas cash or whatever that may be. I don't know. We've heard stocks of coming back in February, March on some of this stuff.
February, March, all kinds of stuff. It's pushed back like crazy. So, I mean, honestly, if you can find one of these things at a good deal and you're looking for one, it's probably just best just to grab it. I mean, because I'm guessing maybe some of the Best Buys, some of the brick and mortar stores, they may be getting some returns after Christmas. So some places might have some open box inventory and stuff like that. I don't know why anybody would return it, but you never know. You know, people maybe
sell it.
Maybe 2 people bought somebody the same gift, not knowing, you know, that they already got somebody else got it for them or something like that. But yeah, I think I said on one of the shows, my wife's aunt was messaging us about where to find a Quest and asking if we would sell her one of ours and stuff jokingly. And I know she was looking for one for her, I believe her grandson, and he got an Oculus Go on Christmas. Right. So I saw the picture on Snapchat and I was like, uh-oh. So,
man.
So I'm not sure, you know, if he knows the difference. I'm guessing he does. So I don't know, you know, if they're going to hang on to that or try to swap it out for a Quest.
Better a Go than no VR though. I mean, well, again, I don't know. To me, I can't really call that VR anymore. But
yeah, it's hard. I mean,
it's like a media consumption device to me. But I get
really
it.
Is,
I mean,
so it's kind of tough. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's crazy times for VR. It's good. It's a good thing. So
it is.
Let me see here.
Yeah. So are you going to bring up some of the Christmas fun?
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. But for some reason in here, when I was playing that mugshot video, I was getting some feedback when you were talking. I asked in chat, and some people said they could hear it too. So I'm not sure what's up with that.
I moved my phone away. I did see that. I kept it to the side. It could have been that if I was watching chat.
It seemed like a bandwidth kind of thing or something, but let me see if it'll.
Interesting.
So it seems to be okay right now. I can switch to the movie theater if we need to. So this is some Christmas VR fun that we've found on. Some of this stuff's pretty good. So this is somebody on Christmas. Yeah, thanks, Chris Thompson. Just subscribe. Somebody watch this.
Stop.
Right into the Christmas tree.
Can we just start over and make this big because you're killing me with the small one?
Let me make sure we got it.
No, it's not fair, man. It's not fair to people.
Let me make sure we got it in here. Here we go. Okay, so we'll put it a little bit bigger here. Should run a little smoother over here. But obviously, if you see the TV in the background, she is in Richie's Plank Experience. Excellent game to put people into. Absolutely phenomenal, especially new people to VR. But
bad to interact with people in VR.
This is bad, right? I mean, just straight took the Christmas tree out. So cool. So
but
awesome.
Yeah, this was what Sean was hoping this right here was going to be a go, or what he felt like would be a go for somebody.
I wanted to see somebody expecting a Quest and opening up a Go on Christmas. I think that would have been, devastating, but fun to watch in a sixth sense.
But it's so cool though, because people are this excited about VR. They can't get their hands on it.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
I mean, look at his face. I mean, that's pure face of joy right there. I love it. I mean, that's just so happy.
It's amazing. It is too, though.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
The excitement is real.
Yeah, for sure. So this next one, I just want to prepare your eardrums a little bit. That's all I'm going to say. But it's awesome. This is one of our favorites.
So awesome. Oh, I can't, man. I can't watch these. I love it. I just love the true excitement of it. That's what's amazing.
It is pretty awesome. So no videos of disappointed Go people opening their Go, but yeah, this is
not that.
We thought that would be fun to show because it's awesome. I mean, people are truly excited about it, and people. I'm sure there was tons and tons of kids that were really excited on Christmas. So that's pretty awesome. So
it's crazy. Yeah, I'm glad for the people that did get it. But right now, there's so many people I feel like that are getting it. It's going to be super saturated right now with new people. I mean, there's going to be a lot of new people into VR. And I think I even saw over on Reddit, people were like, I love VR and I love the Quest, but it makes me a little woozy and stuff at first.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that don't have their VR legs, and we've talked about this a long time ago. But the first time playing these things can be really a little out of body or nauseous, almost like being on a boat or a plane or something that, where you feel like you're moving, but you're not.
Yeah, we figured like this would be a good time to get into a little bit of this kind of discussion, and people can join in and chat with things that they've used to help overcome it. But there's so many
a lot of tips and tricks that people use too.
There's so many new people in VR that aren't, they haven't been watching shows like this or looking up YouTube videos. All this is pretty new to them. So, helping them out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it really is something that you have to kind of take slow. So when we first got VR in 2016, there wasn't a whole lot of free locomotion stuff. Most of the stuff at that point in time was teleport or seated experiences, stuff like that. So we kind of naturally got our VR legs in a sense because we spent so much time in other things that once we started playing the games like Pavlov and Onward and, even Arizona Sunshine back at first, it only had teleport. It didn't have free locomotion back then. So I mean, it really is a thing that I think you can overcome. I think most people can overcome.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a thing that you have to experience VR for a while. You have to be in it for a while, and you just have to slowly build up. And some people don't have that at all. Some people don't suffer from motion sickness at all. They can have never played VR, hop in, and they have no issue whatsoever. So it's not everybody.
That was me.
Except
I never
for
had
Minecraft.
Except for Minecraft. I know we always go back to this.
Yeah.
But that was the single and only time I felt that way.
And that was probably the first free locomotion game that and that was quick locomotion back then too. You could move around like really quick. You could do a lot of things that we had never done in VR before. So that one didn't bother me actually. The only one that really bothered me a little bit was Eve Valkyrie. The first time I went into Eve Valkyrie and I was doing barrel rolls and I was going crazy and then I was like, whoa, I feel a little weird. So but it's funny to see all the posts that you see on Reddit. A lot of people, days after or the next day, they get VR and they're in it for 3 hours the first day.
Sure.
And then they have those out of body experiences almost that like the next day or that night, and they post like, I feel really weird. Like, is this normal? Like, I look at my hands, but I don't know that they're real and like all this crazy stuff. So, but all of that stuff really goes away. I mean, it's just kind of your brain isn't exactly sure what's going on because your brain thinks you're in another world. It thinks you're somewhere else or moving.
It's more the motion is what I feel like. And your mind is telling you that I'm walking forward and I'm moving, but you don't feel that gravity or the force or the turning. So it's that mind over matter kind of situation. And you just have to not be afraid to go past it. Or if it does bother you, just slowly work your way up.
Right.
Do teleporting or then do where you walk around or actually walk to a location, or it just takes time. It does. It's baby steps if it bothers you.
But so Limba said, for me, what helped was to think where you are going ahead. So if you're moving, to think about where you're going. Sure. I guess I haven't tried that one. That one's interesting too. So there is the ginger candy. I've heard that. So James Darkwood said there is Apes, the ginger candy called Gen Gens as a chewy helps with motion sickness. So I've heard that a lot too. The ginger stuff does help with motion sickness, helps to ease your stomach or whatever, I guess.
Chatty said that my favorite one is what I think a lot of people should do is the fan. Just putting a simple fan that introduces forward motion to your body, I think does a lot. And it keeps you from getting overheated and feeling trapped. Like That's a big too.
And also another thing that does help if you're doing something with free locomotion and you're moving, move your body. So if you're, you can walk in place, you can kind of bob side to side, and that stuff helps your body feel like what your brain is seeing is actually taking place. Like your body's moving, like, you know what I mean? That stuff does help. So that is another way that you can kind of ease into the whole thing. But a lot of people said, go ahead.
Phil Yarn said Lucky's tail bothered him while standing up.
Yeah, it's weird what things like
some games, I know
it just affects everybody a little differently, and I don't know, but I mean, some people are lucky enough to, you know, never have any issues with motion sickness. So Phil Yarn said Boneworks is said to give motion sickness. I feel nothing. VR leg master race. So I honestly, at this point in time, you know, we've been playing for so long that I enjoy things that should give me motion sickness. You know what I mean? Like we talked about that with the Boneworks. Like I love being high up on something and just being able to jump off. Like most people, you know, that would not be a good thing.
Do you think you're trying to recreate those VR first though? You know, where it pushes that boundary and you feel like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this right now, or it pushes the realism aspect, you know?
I don't know. It just feels cool to me. Like I said, in Boneworks, one of my favorite things is where I got on that cart, I pushed that button, it went full speed to the end and then threw me off of one building into the window of the next building. That was like, to me, after playing VR for many years, that was one of the most amazing experiences I've had in a while. That I absolutely love that. That was incredible to me. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, some of it is probably trying to recreate the, you know, the early moments. But
Greg's VR said, he feels that flight sims are the only thing he hasn't tried. And like you said, that can be one that can make people a little nauseous. I love flight sims, though. And I feel like if Greg's VR were to get into that, actually, because he's huge into the racing sims. There'd be no more racing sims.
I think he needs to try that for sure. And none of it bothers me anymore. Like I said, Eve Valkyrie bothered me the first time I went in it, and then I never had any other issues. You know, I've done air car. I've been in the flight through lo-fi, that lo-fi world, fly all around. I mean, I can do flips, everything. None of it bothers me.
See, I like X-Plane. X-Plane's awesome. I love
X-Plane is sweet when I can figure out how to start that thing and get it off the ground. They need like a beginner mode or something that I don't know, but it is cool. Like I remember the one time we were in there and it took you a half hour to explain to me how to get this plane off the ground, but it was fun. So and
every plane's different, so you have to relearn every single one basically, but it is a lot of fun.
So gaming science teacher said ginger ale. She said Canada Dry uses real ginger.
Yeah.
So that's pretty
interesting.
Cool. I haven't tried. I mean, I haven't had any issues, but I haven't tried drinking any ginger ale.
So, funny fact: Rendered Reality uses ginger as well.
This is all natural ginger, buddy. All natural.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, ridiculous. All right. So let me look at my notes here. I haven't looked at the notes at all. I don't think. Getting me off track here.
That's right. I appreciate you. That's right.
You want to get into some really, really bad news that we might have to share with everybody?
Well, I already told my bad news about all my VR deaths of all my equipment.
That's true.
But sure.
So we do have some really bad news that a lot of us have kind of seen coming for a little while, we think. And this isn't 100% confirmed. It's like 95% confirmed.
99.8.
Yeah, so this has to do with the Deluxe audio strap from HTC. So, as you know...
Look, get some tissues, people that have Quest.
This is not a good thing. So, as you know, it's been really hard to find the Deluxe audio strap from HTC. We've talked about it a little bit in our Discord, the fact that on Best Buy, it shows... What does it show? Not available, and it says...
currently not available for new or something like that, or unavailable, something like that. Yeah.
Basically giving the idea that they're not going to be getting any more. And we've seen, inventories dropping everywhere. So
yeah, they typically at Best Buy, when they list something that they aren't actually going to have the same model serial and all that stuff, they list it as unavailable in red, and that's where it's at currently. So
yeah. So even if you go to the website, so if you go to the HTC website,
it's still there.
It's still there. So I was like, well, this is weird. But on the add to cart, there's an add to cart button, but it doesn't do anything. So I was like, well, maybe it's just my phone. So I went on to the PC, tried to add to cart, still doesn't add to cart. So I was like, I don't know what's going on. But so I thought, well, let's just go ahead and contact HTC. I want to see if I can talk to somebody, see if they have an idea of when these things are going to come back available, what's going on. Whoops. So I want to go here. I actually screen recorded my conversation with them. So take this as a grain of salt. This is just somebody in, support. But basically, he said to me that there are no more Deluxe audio straps currently available. There's none new. He said they're waiting on inventory for refurbished Deluxe audio straps, so that may be a chance to pick one up as a refurbished unit. But basically, he used the word discontinued. So he used the word discontinued, that they are discontinued. And basically, the reasoning, and it makes sense, and in a sense, it makes some sense to HTC as a company, because their HTC Vive product, they're not making new anymore. They're still making the Vive Pro. They have the Vive Cosmos. Well, the Vive Pro and the Vive Cosmos already comes with an audio solution built in. So there's no reason to buy a Deluxe audio strap for those headsets. What they didn't probably anticipate was all of the other headsets people would want that for, and that.
Sure.
And it's just more recently that they've really started selling out everywhere. I don't know how long ago they stopped.
That's what I talked about.
Yeah.
I know. See, when they want to stop production of something, that goes way ahead of when we see it discontinued.
Right.
So the demand for that people were starting to use it for the Quest and other headsets probably happened after they didn't see sales of that rising anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And they knew that their future products weren't going to need this. There was no use for a Deluxe audio strap for a Vive Pro. There's no use for a Deluxe audio strap for a Vive Cosmos. So in their eyes, why do they need to still make this add-on device for a headset that they don't make anymore? So it's pretty sad, because this has been used on tons of Quests, on Pimax products, all of that. So I had asked too, because since the Vive Pro comes with the Deluxe audio strap, their own version of the Deluxe audio strap, I guess, I asked if that was available to purchase separately, which again, I don't know really why they would do that, because it comes on their product. So why? But in the bigger picture, I think it would be an excellent idea. And he said, that's a good idea. Maybe we'll look into it or whatever. But why not take advantage of the rest of the market though? Like, why not take advantage of the rest of the market that wants a Deluxe audio strap, that will pay for the Deluxe audio strap from HTC, when nobody else is really making it? So
I know, and nobody even after market wise is even making a full audio head strap comfort solution. I don't get it either. I really don't. I feel like there's such a hole, and everyone's making add-ons and stuff like off your headphones by Rebuff Reality, just stuff that's like halfway there. But we don't have a full headset that could be used. And we talked about this, I think, last show or the one before. Just make a head strap that has universal attachments, or you buy it for each headset that has different attachments. Done. Yeah. Like one comfort, you could even have ones that have optional battery packs that go on it for the Quest. Like, it's such a huge market, and people would pay good money for this.
Yeah.
Because look what people are paying for right now for Deluxe audio straps on eBay.
Sure.
It's insane what they're paying. So
if you find one of these Deluxe audio straps, it's another thing. If you find it in a store somewhere, online somewhere, honestly, you should just go ahead and grab one. And Tony Digital said, Oculus has to be working on a new strap for long-use Quest play. For some reason, I feel like new of something like that will come soon. And I think maybe F8, we're going to see something like this. I don't know, maybe CES. So CES is coming up. Maybe there's a company out of the blue that has a product that they're wanting to.
I could see that maybe, another company.
It's such a hole in the market that there has to be somebody working on it and just trying to perfect it, because, it's no secret that the Quest is not the most comfortable headset for long gameplay. It's no secret at all. So somebody has to be working on something. And I can't believe that Oculus themselves have taken, we've talked about this, that have missed this opportunity to have a product that they could sell for $100, $150 and sell crazy amounts of them. They'd be sold out right now. I almost guarantee it.
I know everything's selling for the Quest. And Mark P brings one up as well about a Kickstarter for the counterweight that goes in the back in the triangle.
That's like
stuff.
the fabric looking one.
It was fully funded too by a long shot. So people are buying just that,
People are buying anything
just to
that
solve
they think
comfort.
Right. Anything that's going to help solve comfort. Where the Deluxe audio strap was so nice because it solved a lot of comfort issues as well as audio issues. Those headphones were a lot better than the built-in audio of the Quest. So it's pretty disappointing. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. But as far as what HTC support told me, they used the word discontinued and said, that is what it is. So.
Yeah. So if you guys see one aftermarket or anywhere and you're looking, that's going to be your only place to get one at this current state, I would say. Yeah. I heard, though, that there were some for sale still in China, I think, on some of their markets. But I'm sure that'll fly off the shelves, too, here in the next probably week.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
Is the Quest sold in China? I don't know that it is. I know that like the Vive Focus and all of that stuff is pretty popular over there, but the China market is a little weird. I know even with the Go, I don't think Oculus could sell the Go over there, so they were selling it under that other brand.
Because a lot of the media stuff that's packed in there, they don't want sold. So I think that's when they start to restrict it. But yeah. So I don't know, man.
Maybe the inventory of the Deluxe audio strap in China hasn't been selling that much because they don't have as much of a need for it. But yeah, I'm not sure.
It's almost too bad you couldn't purchase the Index. I'm staring at it in front of me, and it's like, it's too bad you couldn't purchase that separately. And I know you would have to rewire an adapter onto it, for the plug for audio, but they could sell that right there. I mean, that's the perfect solution in itself if they just had it as an add-on with the headphone jack.
Yeah,
that's it. Sure. I mean, that's perfect in itself too. I think that's my favorite head strap. Yeah, so I don't.
And Duck said, for some reason, I don't think Oculus cares about audio at all. I mean, listen to the Rift S and Quest, which is really unfortunate because the audio on CV1 was really good. I mean, that was still some of the best audio. I mean, compared to the Index, I mean, the best audio that I've heard in VR is probably Index and CV1. Sure. I mean, even the Deluxe audio strap, audio strap doesn't compare to the audio in CV1. CV1 audio was really, really good, and that's so disappointing that they've gone away from that. And
I know.
So Greg's VR, that's that Xiaomi or Xiaomi, I don't know how you say that, but that's the banner that they went under in China. That was that was what the name they used for the Go and stuff in China. So I'm not sure if they do that with the Quest too. I have no idea, but
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it is. It's too bad. I mean, I don't know. What are people going to do now? There isn't going to be a good solution, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, there are some companies making some other head strap stuff. They were talking about it on the Discord. I can't think of the name of it now.
The add-on ones, the Halo one or whatever.
Yeah, the Halo
Go
strap,
Quest or whatever.
Go Quest VR, I think. But that one's, I haven't tried it yet. It doesn't really intrigue me a whole lot. It looks and even the audio solution of the Bionic Mantis headphones, it works great and it's a definite an option. But for me personally, I don't love them because the way that they sit on my ear, for one thing, bothers me.
You don't like anything on your ear, though.
I don't.
You really don't.
Yeah, but I never had any issues with CV1. CV1 audio never bothered me. But with the Mantis headphones, the way they sit on my ear, they cause a little bit of discomfort after a while. And for some reason, they close off the sound around me so much that when I'm in chat, like we'll be on there playing something, they're like, dude, why are you yelling? And I'm like talking so loud because I can't hear myself that I talk louder to make up for it. So I don't know, but it's...
I like the Bionic Mantis. I think they work great for the cost.
Yeah.
I mean, look for accessories for an add-on, how cheap that is
for
like what you're getting.
or something like that.
Yeah, $35 maybe on a sale. Yeah, 39 maybe normally. Yeah. So I mean, I think it's a great way to add headphones and not have that, and what a lot of people on our Discord were even talking about, that extra step, of putting on headphones. And my issue is then having the cable. So I use these headphones as well when I play, and then I'm left with the cable. So you can't really put it on, and I could probably zip tie the cable up or something real short and tight, and I could do that. But for the quickness of me putting them on, I don't know.
I don't like the two-step process. I don't like putting on a headset and then finding the headphones, putting those on, messing with that cable as well. It's just, I want headphones that are attached to the headset, put the thing on as one piece, and you're good to go.
Yep,
but
I agree. I know. It's too bad. But
and there are a lot of other people using, like Fluke Rogi said, the Modicap Sennheiser mod for the Rift S. Not cheap, but so worth it. That's one I wouldn't mind looking into. So there are some other stuff, but it's all kind of aftermarket mostly, like a lot of 3D printed brackets, stuff like that. So there's not a whole lot of official.
Well, so Chatty brings up something I was actually talking about last night in chat, is that Pimax is going to release their what they call modular audio strap. Right. And that will be sold separately. So that may become the new head strap that you can buy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to work. I mean, I'm sure some people are going to make some adapters for printing, as long as you can get the space between the headset and the strap right. So that may be the one thing that we can go to. I don't know. But, then again, that stuff can be kind of hard to get.
Yeah. And I mean,
except they are selling on Amazon in the States now. So that helps.
I mean, the Pimax Deluxe audio strap, you're only going to have to wait till like 2022 to get it. So that should be fine.
Yeah, and it might get pushed to 2023.
Yeah, exactly. So that won't be a problem,
I know. Trust me, I'm really on the fence, though, of getting an 8KX now, too.
I do really want to try that out.
Because I get $200 off, basically, just for having a 5K plus.
Yeah, I am
which
curious.
Is awesome.
And the nice thing is I have... the lighthouse is already, the index controllers already, so that's, just the headset, but it's expensive though. So I don't know. I'm going to wait and see. But everybody that I've seen that has tried it at the trade shows and stuff all really like it. Yeah, they're pretty blown away. So I am curious to see that.
We could try it when we go to CES, right?
In 2021. Yeah, sure. They'll probably still be there.
So mad about it. Now you want to go. We should be packing right now to go.
I know. It's been a kind of a crazy year last year, and I just got back from Vegas November.
This is a work trip. Come on.
All right, next year. And we'll probably do some stuff this year too. We'll probably try to do some PAX East in Boston, stuff like that. But I'm going to be disappointed if something huge comes out of CES and we're not there.
It will.
Tyler may never forgive me.
I will not.
I know.
I already don't.
So it looks like that. It looks like that is pronounced Xiaomi, maybe. That Oculus brand that they used in China. I'm not sure, but so
how is Tyler's index controller? My Knuckles controllers are just about to go in the box. Speaking of, I need to send that over to have that printed by the wife.
We need some dun dun music going on right now.
Stop it! I know. Or the chicken music. Don't you have that chicken music? It's horrible. It is in front of me, and they are getting replaced. And I don't know if I'm paying for some or not. I know the left with the stick issue is going to get covered, I'm sure. But I do have an RMA for the right as well, which is the one I cracked in half basically. I still don't know what's going to happen with it, so I don't know if it's getting paid for or I'm paying for it. I don't care. I just need that controller right now. So. But it's a problem.
Hopefully it'll be soon. Hopefully the shipping and the turnaround and everything will be pretty quick. So
I don't know. It'll probably be a month.
Yeah.
I bet it'll be a good month before I see it again. Would be my guess.
Yeah, crazy. But. So another super chat came through. Oh, I just saw it on the thing. I didn't think it was going to pop up on here. So that is, there's your chicken music right here.
Steve, appreciate it. Actually, if he's in here, I have a question. How is the weight loss going, man? I need an update. I know you were trying to do all these games to lose some weight.
He was doing 30-day fitness challenge. He did. I think he said he missed a couple days at the end. I did talk to him, and he had to make up. But yeah, so holidays are tough. He picked a tough time to try to do. Maybe he should start over at the first of the year. That's when everybody does it, right?
Yeah, the New Year's resolution.
New Year's resolution. So pretty cool though. But,
I know.
Yeah. So. So let's see, what else? Do you want to go ahead and get into the accessories and stuff that we...
Sure, absolutely.
We do have some other stuff, but we will get into that a little later, I guess.
There's so many good accessories. We started just talking about this, and I'm like...
And I'm sure there's stuff that we're going to forget. This was kind of last minute that we decided to add some of this
There's a ton.
Stuff in here.
There are just a ton of good accessories, and for all headsets, for comfort issues, for sound issues, for preference,
Oh my goodness.
Rizzle Rock, man.
Rizzle Rock. Man. Goodness, that's awesome.
Help replace the index controller.
Is so cool.
Oh man, I know.
Man, that might be the biggest super chat we've ever actually got right there. That is awesome.
Oh shit.
Holy crap, you didn't even see.
No, I thought it was $4.99. I never saw that in my life.
Yeah, I didn't even know the numbers went that high on here. That's crazy. That is really cool.
Cheers to that, man. Definitely. We really appreciate it. Rizzle Rock has been a long-time supporter. I've been around for a while. And
that is really cool.
Man, that's awesome, man.
That is awesome.
We really appreciate that. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. That's awesome.
That really might help get the controller fixed if you do end up having to pay for it.
So what do you think? What do you think is going to happen? Are they going to charge $150, $200? I don't know.
I don't know, but honestly, I mean, I know that you're just going to be happy either way. Even if you had to pay full price for another kit, you would be happy because you can't buy them anywhere. So
man, that's amazing, Rizzle Rock. We really appreciate that. That is really I'm in shock about that.
It's really cool.
I don't know, man. $150, $200. I'm assuming I'll pay for a whole new set. They may get it and say, "Hey, we can't warranty that. We won't replace it. You have to buy a whole new set."
As long as they'll send you one,
I'm okay because I can't actually order one even right now.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll find out. We'll keep you up to date. Definitely join the Discord if you're not in the Discord because we do try to keep some stuff up to date on there.
Insta updates for sure.
Yeah, we love the Discord. Discord's a lot of fun. So
which is in the link in the description.
Hopefully it works this time. The link didn't work last time. We updated that. But all right, so let's get into some accessories. So honestly, for me, one of the first accessories that I think is almost a must for just about any headset you have is the VR cover, the face padding. For the VR cover. This is almost a must for me for any. This goes back to CV1. You remember the first time we got these for CV1?
Staple for VR.
Yeah.
For me.
I agree. I mean, it's just so nice. The only one I don't have it for, well, the Rift S product still isn't actually out yet, as far as I know. They do have the cotton cover that you can put over it that is like a washable cover. I actually do have that on mine. I leave that on there all the time and wash it. Switch. I have 2 of them.
I actually sent some of those out to somebody in the Discord and stuff too, because they were asking that. Yeah. It's like, I had extras. The company sent us some. Yeah. So yeah, they're nice for letting people try, especially like over the holidays and stuff. It's not something I would ever keep on. But
I actually keep it on. I actually prefer. Oh no, I'm talking about the cotton cover on the Rift S though. The cotton cover on the Rift S that just covers the regular facial interface. I leave that on there all the time and swap between 2 of them because I prefer that feeling. It feels more like the
cotton slip cover is the one I was talking about.
Yeah, the slip cover that goes on the Rift S. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's the one I leave on there. But that to me feels more like the index material, like the facial interface. Not as nice. It doesn't feel as nice, but it's a nice. I don't like the foam for some reason on the Rift S. So hopefully this is coming for the Rift S. But as far as the Quest and stuff, this is on my headset all the time. I do need to get one for the Index. I love the Index facial interface, but it does soak up some sweat where these don't. I mean, these are nice because they don't soak up anything. You can just take like an alcohol wipe or something. You can wipe them down. They feel nice on your face. So for me, this is
my favorite part, and what nobody I don't think ever talks about is because the actual covers themselves are in 2 pieces. So you have the insert, the plastic insert,
right?
But then that has Velcro on it, and then these actually apply to it. So you can change them out, change thicknesses, stuff like that.
Yeah, real quick.
But what's that?
I said you can do it real quick. Like it doesn't.
Oh, very.
You just yank it off, put another one on.
But what I like is, a lot of these put pressure points because everyone's face is different shape, thin, narrow, tall. So I actually like to mold them on the Velcro differently. If I have a pressure point, like right here, I kind of have one on my cheeks, I'll actually make it a little wider there so it doesn't hit that point as much. And I feel like it takes that away. So it gives you a little bit of flexibility.
Yeah, a little
not
adjustment.
A lot, maybe a ½ inch or something.
And the Index actually comes with wedges that goes in the corner that you can pull in the sides closer and stuff like that.
Same kind of principle. Cool. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Excellent product. Definitely one I recommend.
It is. It's awesome. I love it. I have it on about everything. I don't have it on my Index though, just because I'm obsessed with the Index.
Yeah. The only thing, the benefit of this on the Index is it doesn't soak up the sweat. That's going to be the big fit on the upgrade on the Index for that.
And the thicknesses, they have the slims and thicks, for it.
Yeah, you can get different thicknesses, and the slims do increase the field of view a little bit. It gets your eyes a little bit closer, so that is a bonus. That is a little bit of a bonus, especially on the Quest and stuff because they don't have a huge field of view. So.
Everybody like in chat, like, what do you guys have? Do you guys rock them or do you guys stay factory? I don't know, because I feel like we talk about it a lot, but do people actually, is this like a go-to for everyone else?
I feel like this is a pretty staple product, but I don't know. I mean, I'm sure not everybody has them. I'm sure there's a lot of people that use the regular one. And for me, the Quest one, I almost forgot about it because I haven't had the original Quest one on there in so long, but I can't stand that one. To me, it is like scratchy. It's a scratchy feeling on my face. It is not soft. Like I've never, it is the same material that like the Go had, and I couldn't stand that either. I don't understand why they use that.
And then they can break down too, because over time that wear on your face, and I keep a little bit of scruff. So, right in here, it can rub on that and want to wear the foam and stuff.
I mean, it's porous, you know what I mean? Like the way that it's like almost like a woven fabric kind of a thing, that's going to build up stuff, you know what I mean? Like dry skin or whatever. So to me, I can't stand it. That's like one of the first things I recommend getting rid of on the Quest. And that's just me. Some people may love it, but.
And Dave Winters just said in chat too, he's been waiting on his Rift S ones forever, which those are hard to come by.
I'm not sure what's taking so long. Why?
I don't either.
Like I'm guessing he means the faux leather ones, not the, Yeah. So I need to reach out to them again. I talked to them before and they said they were still working on it. It should be soon. And that was probably months ago. So I need to ask them again what's
some other people in chat are actually saying they picked up the silicone cover off Amazon.
Yeah, I haven't tried that one actually. And that might be
either.
I need to pick one of those up actually because that seems like a good alternative as well.
It is, but is it comfortable still? That would be my only worry, but it must be because people are rocking it.
I think it's probably feels pretty similar to this would be my guess, something soft on your face. So
yeah, because you still have the padding underneath.
Right. So, and talking about the VR cover stuff, if you aren't lucky enough to get find a deluxe audio strap and stuff for your Quest, they do make the rear padding as well, and they make 2 different thicknesses than this for from VR cover, and that seems to help quite a bit too. My wife actually on her Quest, this is what she has. She has the rear VR cover. I can't remember if it's the thin one or the thick one, but for her, I mean, she seems to. It's pretty comfortable for her. So
this is actually what I rock on my Quest setup.
Yeah, because you don't have have the deluxe audio strap on the Pimax.
On the Pimax, I have them on 5K Plus. So I actually really do enjoy this. I didn't at first though. I didn't like it because when I first put it on, I just put it on how I had the head strap basically before, but loosened it a little. And I'm like, I don't know if I really like it. So what I ended up doing is I loosened the top strap almost all the way, so that foam padding really got under the back of my neck. Money.
Yeah.
Love it, Dan.
I mean, that's what
really
you should
does
do.
Help transfer the weight.
Yeah,
it does.
You should have it as low as possible anyways, but for some reason this seems to, when you put it real low, at least for me, it seems to like grip that back part of your head a little better. I'm not sure why or how that works, but it's, for some reason, it does seem to increase the comfort quite a bit.
And what I like to do too is using link with this. So I actually strap the cable really close to where the headset attaches. I loop it back, attach it there. But then the lower that you see there, the lower Velcro part, I run the cable through that as well and really strap it tight. And it holds that cable from wanting to pull out of the headset or move the port. So that's how I set it up every time. Works really well.
Can I get one of those on my Deluxe audio strap? I don't know if I've ever tried that, actually. Putting the padding on the Deluxe audio strap.
I think you can. I think I have seen it. I know they sell. Doesn't somebody sell a?
VR Cover does sell. VR Cover sells one for the Deluxe audio strap. Yeah.
I think so does HTC. Didn't they sell an insert for the back or something?
I know VR Cover has one. I haven't tried that, but that actually might increase comfort even more. And another thing for comfort for Quest, a lot of people do is the counterweight. So the problem with the Quest is that it is so front heavy. That is one of the main reasons it's such an uncomfortable headset, is because all the weight is on your face. So for me, in stock form, it puts so much pressure, you know, like on my cheeks and stuff, that it's super uncomfortable. So any kind of counterweight, anything you can do for a counterweight to get a little bit of more weight on the back to counterbalance some of that weight and pull it off the front of your face helps. So, I mean, people have come up with all kinds of things on Reddit and stuff that I've seen, a lot of battery banks and stuff like that.
Yeah, the one I like are all the battery bank ones, just because I feel like when I play stuff on the Quest, and I guess I play VR maybe longer than some too, I run out of battery every single time if I'm doing it wirelessly. So I always want more battery. And I think, was it Rebuff Reality making that one, isn't it? That has is it the head strap with the battery in the back?
No, I think they're just making a battery, kind of like the VR Energy one that we did on the channel.
That could be.
I think it's something like that. And we're going to get a lot more from Rebuff Reality. We've had some questions about it, but CES, I know they're going to be at CES, so I think a lot more information is going to come out around CES time. Super curious still about what their audio solution is going to be.
It seems like a lot of people in chat have bought the silicone covers.
Yeah, I know. I think I need to try that.
Interesting.
I need to try that so I can talk about that.
Which I think they're probably cheap too. So it's like, why not pick it up and try it?
Yeah.
You know?
And Amazon, you can have it here same day or in 2 days probably. So
I know. It's
that's
crazy.
pretty cool. So let me see here. What am I on? There it is. So Mammut grips.
Yeah.
Love these things. These are pretty awesome.
I know.
So there are some other solutions now. There's a couple of different products that are pretty good. The Mammut ones are the ones that I've stuck with so far. I still oftentimes have these on. I don't leave them on all the time because I use gun stocks and stuff. So I can't.
Yeah,
so with my
Pro Tube, I leave mine on my Quest though.
Yeah.
They stay on my Quest, period.
Yeah. See, I have the Quest and the Rift S, so I'm swapping them back and forth quite a bit.
That's true.
So, yeah. So I don't. We do still have another set of these to give away that I actually totally forgot about. I think they're like in my closet somewhere from the move or something. But so maybe we need to do that. Another Gleam giveaway.
We have so much like VR stuff, like from testing and stuff.
So I think I actually do have another set of these, and we'll try to. I don't know if we got time to put the links in the description before the show, but after the show we'll try to get some links thrown in there. But definitely, I mean, if you're jealous of the index controllers a little bit, of being able to throw things and actually open your hands and stuff, this is a great alternative, as well as if you have big hands, because these are going to increase the size of the controller you're grabbing onto by a little bit, and it's a grippier texture, so a little bit easier to hold on to and stuff. So there's a couple advantages to these.
This is definitely up there. This is probably my number 2 on the accessory list, I'd say. If you play a lot of stuff or you're showing people as well, it helps.
Yeah.
It's super easy to give it to people and just tighten it up real quick. And the one worry, I think when we first kind of started reviewing these, everyone's like, oh, you can't put batteries in and stuff. Mm-hmm. I've never had a problem. Have you?
No. And actually that's another benefit, because these battery doors, a lot of times Beat Saber and stuff, people that go hard in Beat Saber, the batteries come off, the covers come off. So these keep all that in there. There's no way the battery cover can slide off. And to get these off, if you leave the top strap on and you just loosen them, you're actually able to pull them off the bottom, pop new batteries in, slide it back up on there. So it's not really a big deal.
You don't have to disassemble them like some people were saying in the beginning.
Yeah, you don't have to pull the cord all the way back through. So definitely an excellent upgrade. I think really for games like, I remember one of the first games I think I tried this in was Sports Scramble. and like playing the baseball and stuff, that was cool. That, you know, games that you do open your hand and you can actually open your hand instead of just releasing your middle finger, you know, it's a pretty cool feeling. And, you know, at rest, if you're at rest doing something, you can just hang your hands. You don't have to hold on to the controllers, which I still have a hard time programming myself to let go of the controllers.
I know.
But
that Rizzo was just saying that's how he found us, was the review video of the Mamoots.
Awesome.
That's an
old one.
That's true. Yeah, that has been a long time now, sadly. I feel like we've been doing this now for at least a little bit.
A little bit.
It's bad, I know. No, cool. Honestly, these are definitely one of my favorite things too, and they live in my Quest setup, which I'll talk about here maybe next. Because I can actually fit these inside the official Oculus Quest case. So what I keep, my whole Quest setup that I keep on the go, it's crazy how much stuff, and actually this little case weighs a ton and I get a lot in it, is I have the Quest and the controllers, which lock themselves in, both having the grips on it, the Mamoot grips, and I have the VR cover on it, and I have the rear padding.
You talk about
and
this.
as well, there you go, the official Oculus case, which is really, really nice quality. And it does have a little compartment underneath the controllers. And in that, I keep a 10,000 milliamp battery, which I did have a video on, the cable for charging the headset while it's in the case, and I keep
that's
a
pretty
cover,
cool, actually.
the fabric cover that VR cover makes if I want somebody to test it. So I literally have all this in a case that
that's
it
small.
is packed into. It's unbelievable how much you can actually fit into it if you plan it right like that. But yeah, just to have a 10,000 milliamp battery for recharging is amazing to me. That's my favorite part of it.
Really cool. So I never bought this case because I run the Deluxe audio strap on my Quest and it won't fit. But I do love the small form factor. If you are running, mostly, if you don't have the Deluxe audio strap and stuff, this is an excellent case to get. It does really small form factor to fit a lot of stuff in. So the VR wife life said that her nephew was playing the fishing game, and the battery cover came off. I just wanted to mention that. So the Mamoot grips do help. And somebody else, I think Ann, said that she found some extremely cheap ones on AliExpress, $3 shipping included. So she said she hasn't got those yet, but looking forward to checking those out. So there's tons of options. These are just some of the things that we use personally, that we like and stuff. But there are any of these one items that we show, like a case or the Mamoot grips. If you just search for that kind of stuff, there's going to be a lot of other options. And somebody else said that the Bacon Bot said the Mamoot grips are uncomfortable to him. The finger grooves just don't fit his hands right. And that's the thing with all of these things. Like everybody's body is so different that some things that one person loved, the next person might not like. But there's so many options now. We're getting a lot of options. A lot of companies are coming out with stuff. So
Brandon in chat said I don't keep extra controller batteries. I actually replace them when I just start to see them get low anyways. So never when I'm like out and about am I that worried about it, because I'm always back at home and I'm like, oh, they're getting low, swap them out.
Yeah, they last long enough usually.
I hate when they run out. I hate
me too.
that.
Do you have room in that case, you think, with everything you have in there to add a couple
AA batteries?
Yeah,
sure I could.
So that could be an option.
All the way on the outsides? Absolutely I could.
Yeah, it is a nice case. I mean, it's a quality feeling case.
Nice.
So I actually, for the wife, because she travels back to Ohio and stuff sometimes to see family, and she takes her Quest, and this is the one that I actually picked up for her. This is one of her Christmas gifts. So this is a case on Amazon. I can't remember exactly how much it was, like $35, $39, somewhere around there. This case is a little bit beefier. It's a little bit bigger, a little bit more padding. There isn't a compartment anywhere, but I'm not sure if you could pull out the liner and put something underneath that. I'll have to check that. But this is nice because it does come with a handle strap as well as over the shoulder strap, so you can throw it over your shoulder and take it with you. But she really likes it. I got it because her favorite color is pink, and this is actually purple, but it's a kind of a pinkish purple. So,
absolutely. Yep.
And if she's still in here, although she may be driving right now, but if she's still in here, she could, say how it's been working for her, because this is the first trip she's taken that she has used this case. So pretty nice case, but there's tons of options too.
I'm sure you could, where your head would actually be on the case. I wonder if you could fit something there as well.
Huh? Your head on the case?
No, where your head goes on the headset, in the picture.
Oh, yeah. I think that is where the cord goes and your AC adapter goes in there.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I'm guessing there might be some room underneath if you can pull this out. I never tried that, but I mean, honestly, that one of the best things about the Quest is the mobility, the portability.
It is.
It's so much fun to put people in VR for the first time. So it's nice to have a case that you can take this thing with you when you go places and put people in Richie's Plank experience and push them a little bit and they fall into a Christmas tree and wipe it out like we saw in the video. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I've done it to people I've been working with and stuff. Let them try it. I completely fell over and thought he was falling down.
Oh, yeah. My mom was the funniest. I still need to get that video onto the computer. It was actually on my wife's cell phone. She was recording it. And I mean, she was like frozen still, freaking out. And she wouldn't move on the board in Richie's Plank experience unless she held my arm. I mean, she was freaking out. It was so funny. But it's so much fun. So much fun. It is.
It's hard. Oh, it is. It's tough for the people going in the first time to not think it's reality. Yeah. Because you're so looking around like, where am I? How am I here type thing.
I don't think anybody anticipates how much this can really transform you to another place and make you feel like you're doing something you're really not. Like Richie's Plank experience is an excellent thing to trick people into thinking when you're standing on that board and you have a board that's got a little bit of movement in it and you're walking out on that board to what looks like off of the edge of a building, it is crazy. I mean, even for me that has played VR for a long time, walking on that board, it's still like, man, it's intense. It's really cool.
It is. And if you have a little piece of anything, just put it under the board,
just
like out
a
at the
corner
end
of the board. So just a little bit of movement, right
at the end in the center. Just put like a quarter or something, or a little something to stand it off because it gives it a little wobble.
And a fan.
Gosh,
if you got a fan too, a fan's pretty cool too.
That's
to put
true.
A fan
Blowing
on
up, but that could be dangerous.
Yeah, that can be dangerous.
I don't know.
So if you're into, let me see here. If you're into shooters, like shooter games and stuff like that, like we are, gun stocks, they're not for everybody. Not everybody loves them, but for me, I absolutely love them. And a lot of people say that. A lot of people say it's cheating. I think
I know.
I don't know how I feel about the cheating because in a sense it does give you an advantage, but there's disadvantages too because it slows down your reload times by quite a bit. It's going to slow you down in swapping between pistols and rifles and stuff like that. But for me, I like it more for the realism and the steadiness of the shot more than anything. I like to feel like I am holding something. So if I got a gun stock, I have that gun stock pressed up against my shoulder, and all the way that your brain works, all of your senses tell you you're in VR, you see a rifle that you're holding, you feel it pressed up against your shoulder. I mean, it feels like you're holding whatever item you're looking at in VR. It really does.
It does.
But it does slow me down on reloads and stuff. My reloads are not that quick. I mean, I use the mag tube, and so it has the magnetic cups and stuff, and it does help. But I can, playing Pavlov, we were playing Pavlov the other weekend, and I wasn't using a gun stock. We were doing the zombies. We went into multiplayer. I could reload so quick. Like it was like second nature, like boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean?
I actually prefer it in something like Pavlov where you're dying, respawning, reloading faster. I prefer it. But when we play contractors, I prefer gun stock.
So you prefer no gun stock in something like Pavlov, and I mean Pavlov's a lot more fast paced. You're respawning, you're killing some people, you're dying, you're respawning. Where contractors is a lot more thought out process. I think it's a lot more teamwork. It's a lot more. All right, we got to get to point A, do this.
Strategic.
So you're not. It doesn't seem like you're dying as much.
No.
And we don't play those games as much as we used to nonstop, so we're probably not quite as good as we used to be. But we had a lot of fun in Pavlov the other weekend, though. We were playing with Fluke Rogi. That was a good time, man.
I know. Speaking of Fluke Rogi, he said that Chris Richardson needs the pistol whip bungee cord from the video I did. So I had actually been practicing that, and I may or may not have had enough adult beverages to try the face plank, where you go down and it actually works.
So not only
I was so fearful though, I was so scared, man.
Not only is Tyler's Pimax broken, his index controller is broken,
but
now his face is broken too.
I was so scared to do it though because it's like that trust fall thing, man. And oh my gosh, it was pretty funny, but it does work.
Hey man, Liquid Courage does amazing things. So somebody mentioned the Mammut Apto. And we do have that one in here as well. This is another option. I actually have both of these gun stocks. The Mammut, I've been meaning to get to the Mammut more, and I haven't had time yet. I set this up for my index controllers, and I set it up kind of the way that you see it here in this picture. And it wasn't my favorite. I didn't love this setup. Right. So I was looking online, and there are people that they change the setup from what it shows in this picture a bunch of different ways. And there's so many combinations of the way you can set this up that I want to try some of them other setups to see if I can find one that I like better. And part of it is just the index controllers are weird because when you line them up, the way they set, they have to be offset compared to what the touch controllers are actually physically lined up. So it's a little weird. I need some practice, and I've been meaning to get to it. And this year's just been so crazy with things coming out for VR, new games, new stuff every day, it seems like. So it's just hard to get into everything. But I do want to spend some more time with the Moomut Apto. It's an excellent gun stock. It really is.
It's a quality product.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's nice. I just need to find a setup that I'm comfortable with is what I need to do. So I am going to get to that eventually once I can get there. But
yeah, no, now I can't even try anything because I don't have index controllers.
Yeah, the nice thing about the Moomut too, real quick, is that it is pretty much a universal gun stock. So you order this kit, it'll work with index, it'll work with the Vive wands, it'll work with touch controllers. So that's cool. So that is really cool. Whereas
kind of upgradable.
Yeah. So that's neat. I'm gonna mess with the setup, and once I find a setup that I really like, then we'll probably talk some more about that gun stock and stuff. But pretty cool. So
get back into some shooters.
Yeah. Well, last night we were doing a lot of driving. So these are wheels. Honestly, if you're gonna play VR sim racing, a good wheel, pedals, shifter, and stuff, almost a necessity. I mean, it's an excellent upgrade for immersion and everything. So this is what Tyler runs. This is the Logitech G920.
Yep.
Is that correct? So the nice thing about these,
or G29, either one.
Yeah. The nice thing about these steering wheels and stuff that we're going to talk about right here is that they're pretty affordable. I mean, you can go high.
They really are.
Yeah, you can go high end and you can get some really incredible stuff. But if you're just wanting to, for me, I don't play sim racing all the time. That's not my go-to genre. I have fun, but it's not like the one that I go to all the time because, quite frankly, I'm not all that great at it. So I need a lot more practice. But it's a lot of fun. And these are, I mean, how much these things were on sale at around the holidays. Yeah.
$189. I've seen them down to $179, I think, at times.
Yeah.
Now it may not be with the shifter, but you can always add the shifter to it. I think those usually run like around $59. Honestly, it's a game changer. And a lot of this stuff, though, you don't really need the shifter if you don't want it. It's more just for fun, novelty purposes.
A lot of the cars, I mean, we were running GT3 cars last night, so you're using paddle shifters a lot anyways, and they all come with the paddle. Well, the ones we're going to talk about come with the paddle shifters on them. So this is an excellent choice. And you can make maybe Tyler will give us a how-to on how to build that rig that he did. So,
it is. It's a game changer, man. Having that rig that cost me $30 and this steering wheel, it is like having a sports car to drive on the track. And Adam and I were even talking about that last night, and I have a lot of track time. And it is so much like it. It's unbelievable. The only thing I don't feel, because I don't have a motion rig, is, the seat movement. Because you do feel the car sliding out from you, in real life a little.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing missing. But other than that, you have the force feedback.
Right.
You have, if you're on the berm, you can literally feel it shaking the wheel.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Car hits you. It tries to rip the wheel out of you.
Yeah. And you can also do things like the rumblers and stuff that you put on the seat and stuff like that to help give a little bit more motion. But once we get some motion sim rigs that are pretty affordable, small form factor, I know there are some options out there that the prices are coming down. I am really interested in getting one of those. I would probably be in the sim racing a whole lot more. Real quick, I just wanted to mention Ethan Gonzalez said, haven't gotten a stock for touch controllers because I'm scared of occlusion. And it's actually not that bad. When the Rift S first came out, I hated it. I was like, I can't play on this. This is unusable to me almost because the tracking wasn't that great yet for using, two controllers in front of each other. But that has improved quite a bit, and that's almost not really an issue anymore. The one thing that you can do that I've done that helps a little bit, because you still get a little bit of a glitch here and there because it is inside-out tracking. It's not going to be as good as the outside-in, but if you actually take the gun stock and you move your controllers just a little bit forward, that is going to help a lot because the headset's able to see them a lot better. So I play on the Rift S quite a bit because that's the gun stock that I'm used to running is that Pro Tube Mag Tube. So I play shooters on the Rift S quite a bit, and I've never really had too much of an issue. Like I said, every once in a while you get a little bit of a hiccup here or there, but it's not terrible. So I wouldn't be too scared of that. It's not
anymore. I wouldn't.
Yeah, it works pretty good.
Nope.
If you have Cosmos controllers,
don't.
Yeah, don't even mess with it.
You can even give them a little bit of an outward tilt
just
or
a little
inward
bit,
tilt. Just a little,
Yep.
a little bit of that and a little bit outward.
Yeah.
No issues really.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then once you have that set up, and if you start out, you've never used a gun stock before, and you start out with your controllers a little bit forward, a little bit of a tilt on each one, you're going to get the muscle memory, and it's going to feel completely natural to you. It's not, it's a little bit different if you're used to running your stock one way, and then you try to change it, then you have to relearn a little bit of muscle memory. But yeah, just set it up that way, and you should be good to go.
It's a ton of fun. It
really is.
It just changes the whole game.
Yeah.
It really
and
does.
you can pull up on something and be right on it like every time.
So good.
You're not trying to like line up your two controllers.
Those long range shots, man. After playing with it for a couple of days, you pull up and you're looking down the sights at your target every single time.
Yep. And especially contractors, the fact that you can do gun stock calibration. Every game needs that. I don't know why they haven't added that yet. That is so good because you can set up every gun to perfectly fit your gun stock configuration. Everything lines up. It's just, man, it feels so good. But
I know it does.
Anyways, back onto the steering wheels. What I run is the TMX Pro. I'm not sure how much you can pick these up for now. I think I got mine for a little over $200. This comes with the 3-pedal setup, the Pro does, and it's an excellent as well. And I also have the TH8 shifter add-on. It's not pictured in this picture, but I do have the shifter add-on as well, which, like I said last night, I didn't even have the shifter plugged in. I was just using paddle shifters, but yeah.
I do recommend, though, getting one with clutch pedals. That would be my only thing, is shy away from ones that don't have it, because it's the immersion, if you really do know how to drive a stick car or want to learn or try, and you don't have to, even if you have the pedal, you can set it to automatic, I'm sure too.
Right. You can.
But it's just so much fun. It really is.
Yeah.
Those starts and stuff when we were playing last night and the car starts rolling and stuff because you had the clutch depressed and everything. I'm like, Sean, don't let the car roll because I see it rolling backwards.
Yeah, I'm like heel toeing it. I'm heel toeing it and stuff, which I don't have the driver. I don't have the driver training that see in my younger days it was all about drag racing. So that was what we did when I was younger. We drag raced. We did a lot of closed circuit street racing.
Yeah. The cops shut the roads down.
Yeah,
the videos were all closed street.
Yep. We'll go with that. But so that, I never had to do, I've never road raced well, I did do a autocross in a Ferrari one time.
That's true.
But that was just a little bit of training. That was just kind of an instructor going with you. But I've never had any extensive training like you have or done racing. I've always just, for me, it was always straight line, go as fast as you can in a straight line. But it adds a whole new level of stuff once you have to start throwing the thing around. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun. It changes that input you're getting from VR just makes it feel real every time.
It does. And even in Project Cars 2 yesterday, I was messing with some of the settings, and I never noticed this before. You start at VR, you're in the car. You have your view in the car. Well, you can change your view. And I hit a button. I was like, whoa, like I had a helmet on. So I had like a black, it would look like I was looking out of a helmet, which actually did feel a little bit more immersive. I didn't keep it on because it lessened your vertical field of view some. But in a real car, you do. In a real car, in a race car like this, you would be wearing a helmet. So it was
a little too much.
Well, you have
it was
a VR.
Little too occluded.
Yeah, it was. But in immersion-wise, though, you have not talking about the helmet field of view limiter thing in the game, but just in real life, you would have a helmet on. So in VR, you're in a car, you have a helmet on. It's a VR. Peripheral, but in a sense, it feels like you have a helmet on. So really, immersion-wise, it's hard to beat a sim rig, especially if you got a motion sim rig. But
I want it, man. It's next.
Pretty
My
cool.
2x4 setup will last for a little bit, but it works good. You don't see it in VR,
Yeah,
it's crazy. But I would like to try. So Adam last night was playing with the Fanatec. I think I'm not sure the exact pronunciation of it, but man, that wheel, those things are amazing. And he had a picture actually posted over on our mugshots section in the channel with his seat and everything, and I need that setup. I'd actually like to find an old STI seat
that'd be cool.
That's my goal, is to find an old STI.
I'm sure you can find them, but they're probably a little expensive. So Phil Yarn said that the Thrustmaster stick shift is expensive. I don't know what those cost now. They are a little bit expensive, but that's the TH8 shifter. That thing is so nice, though. It's all metal, gated shifter. I think that's what you call it. But and it also, you can take off the plate and switch it to a sequential shifter as well. So it's I do really enjoy that shifter, and I think it's got 8 gears. I think it's
7.
I think it's 8. I think it's 8.
Is it 8? Okay.
I'll have to look. I can't see it from here, but I believe so. And some games use that. Some games do use that. So I'm still waiting for Forza Horizon, Forza Horizon in VR. And we know Xbox is a bunch of slackers, so I don't know if we're ever gonna get it. But
yep, they are. I know.
So
it's sad, but
I think that's the VR accessories we wanted to talk about. There are definitely more, as well as an Oculus Link cable. That's another accessory.
Yeah, exactly.
That is worth getting now if you do have a gaming PC that'll run that. So let's talk.
I don't feel like it's an essential though.
I mean, I think if you have a Quest and you have a gaming PC that's
I get it.
That's capable.
Yeah,
definitely an essential. Definitely an essential. If you have a gaming PC, I think it is.
Yep.
Let's talk about RepoMan.
Oh yeah.
This is a new trailer that looks pretty interesting.
It does look fun.
I don't know. I think I need to redo my computer. It keeps like going slow when I open up a new video. I've got so much stuff in here that it's crazy. So much stuff saved on here. But this looks. I mean, this almost gives me GTA vibes.
I know it does. It looks good. The interiors look good. These are some generic assets. So I won't go on a limb and say that a lot of those boundaries have been pushed, but it looks pretty polished and playable. So I don't know. It's interesting.
It does. Like I mean, it's got the fighting. They showed the driving. The only thing I'm a little weirded out about the picking up of stuff. I'm not sure if because he keeps swiping, so I'm not sure if that's how you pick stuff up instead of actually physically. Which now that we have Boneworks, it's like, man, that bar is set so high. Like, let me pick stuff up.
Everything's gonna start to look like that though.
Yeah. So this looks really cool though. This is on Steam. It's not available yet. It just says coming soon. So
it does look cool though. So you have to like scavenge and find like car keys or stuff in the house and go and put them online and try and sell them like on the black market or wherever.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's got a whole lot of assets, like different parts to it.
Yeah. I mean, the driving
it looks
stuff,
like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Thief Simulator stuff. So hopefully it won't
assets
be.
And stuff. Right.
I don't think it's the same people making it, but
no. So it does look like fun though.
So it says the debt collection industry is waiting for you. We employ high-class specialists whose experience guarantees the high effectiveness of debt collections. We solve cases based on invoices, judgment, court orders, as well as unsuccessful bailiff executions and the actions of other debt collection companies. We achieve our high effectiveness through the direct visits of debt collectors throughout the country. So this is kind of cool.
Yeah,
I think it looks interesting. I haven't seen this before we were talking about this, and it is going to be single player.
Even the computer screen where you sell stuff looks like the GTA one where you buy cars and stuff off of.
Yeah, it really does. It looks cool though. I mean, it just says coming soon. We don't have a release date, but it just says coming soon.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope. I mean,
Hopefully it lives up. It's hard to tell from a trailer because the trailer can look so good and so awesome, and then you play the game and it's a little disappointing. But hopefully that won't be the case with this. It looks neat.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and it could be push button on a controller. That's what Chris Richardson was saying. It could be.
Yeah. Well, on the Steam page, it shows full controller support.
Right.
Which I don't know how that's going to work, but it also says...
maybe he's developing like that, too. I don't know.
It says input is tracked motion controllers, gamepad, or keyboard and mouse. So maybe this is going to be a flat game as well. I'm not sure, but
it
is definitely supports Valve Index, HTC Vive, Oculus Rift. So
cheers, PD. Good seeing you as always.
Where'd PD come from? Did he say? Oh,
PD's leaving, man.
Oh, he has to leave?
Leaving us, right?
Oh, man. What a bummer. Well, thanks for joining us, definitely. But we actually are running late today because we got such a late start. So usually we would be done by now, but we are running a little bit. I like that Mustang in that game, too. That's cool.
I know, right? And thanks to everybody, too, who's here. Appreciate the subs and stuff, the likes, all of it. We're actually, we joked about it again about subs. I don't know what we're at, but as of this morning, I think we were literally 50 away from hitting 2,000.
Yeah, we had a goal of trying to hit.
That would happen.
We had a goal of trying to hit 2,000 by the end of the year. And
I thought no way.
I think we're currently at 1.95. So as of right now, we're like 50 away. We still got a couple days. It might happen. It might not. But either way, we're really close. So excited about that.
Yeah, really exactly. Cool. I don't care, man. It's exciting just as it is.
For sure. So one of the other things we were going to talk a little bit about is the Teslaglove. So this is the Tesla suit glove. So the people that are making the Tesla suit are coming out with this haptic, interaction glove that you're actually going to feel like you're picking things up. You're going to feel things in VR, but in the real world. And this is something that we don't have much info on right now, but supposedly CES, there is going to be more info coming out about this that we should learn here. When is CES? It's like a couple of weeks, week or two away. I know it's at the beginning of January.
Yeah, a week or two, week and a half, something like that. Sure.
So they're known for their full body haptic suit, but they're introducing a glove that can let users feel virtual textures and gather biometric data. The device is called simply the Tesla Suit Glove, and it will debut at CES in January with the goal of shipping by the second half of 2020. So this thing could be in our houses this next year sometime.
That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, it says it has motion capture, haptic display, force feedback. I mean, it definitely could be something. We'll see what it goes for.
Yeah,
and that'll be the ultimate question. But
yeah, this would be cool though. Yeah. I mean, this is really. I mean, that could really add to some experiences in VR, especially if we can get something like this working. Can you imagine having something? I don't know how it would work, but something like this working with hand tracking. You know, what I mean, where you wouldn't need a controller and you're using. You know, if you grab something with your hand with this on, you feel that item around. You know, it moves around and.
Well, here's the only thing though that scares me is on their website where it's listed. It said it is completely wireless and is connected to the suit via Wi-Fi. So hopefully it doesn't, but it may only work with the suit.
Yeah, that would kind of be a bummer.
But being that it's wireless, I almost don't know why it couldn't work without it.
Yeah, if it connects Bluetooth or something, I'm not sure, but
something, yeah.
Yeah, that would be disappointing because then you'd have to buy the Tesla suit and the gloves.
The whole thing. Yeah, exactly.
So it says that it's meant for training, medical rehabilitation, and other professional applications, but hopefully we can get some game stuff for this.
I mean, commercial's going to be the one that get these kind of things first. I mean, that's going to all of these high-end headsets and stuff too. That's where they're all going first because that's where the bigger money market is. But could you imagine if everyone could get their hands on something like this?
Yeah. I mean, for training purposes and stuff, this could be really, I mean, it could be huge. We already know the benefits of training with VR and something like this, you know, for medical purposes and stuff. I mean, it's really cool.
Yep.
The future.
We've already seen it with surgeries and stuff, people using it. So
yeah, it's really cool.
It is cool.
Excited for CES. I am really excited for CES to see what we get out of it.
Bring it up, man.
I know. We can still go.
Not nice.
I don't know if you can still buy tickets. I don't know if you can still buy tickets, but yeah.
I don't think the last emails or so we got, it was like last minute, and that was like 2 weeks ago. So. And
this topic I think is weird. Hopefully this doesn't freeze up because things in this. So this is Vertigo 1.5. 1.5.
Let's call it that. Sure.
I don't know. So the first Vertigo has been out for a while. This is an older game, but they're coming out with a Vertigo 2, and they are taking Vertigo 1 and remaking it with assets and stuff from Vertigo 2 that is coming soon. I don't really understand the purpose of this.
I don't either.
It doesn't really make much sense to me, but hey, I mean, that's cool. I mean, it's pretty neat. I think we had a demo for the Vertigo 2, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. That. It's really cool.
It is.
So
it's great. Yeah.
I'm a little confused of why they're remaking the first one with the second one's assets just to release the second one anyways. Like, why not just focus on Vertigo 2 and get that out there? And maybe it's just
maybe it was easy. I don't know. Maybe they were built on the same platform and
I mean, this
was easy to re-release. I don't know. I'm not
it's
really
an older title too, so maybe they just want to reinvigorate the market for it because there's so many new headsets.
I mean, they're not selling them.
Yeah,
why are you going to buy Vertigo 1 if Vertigo
well, you
2's
can
out,
still buy it, but supposedly if you have Vertigo 1, you're going to get this new updated version for free, I believe. But you can still buy the new one. But it's kind of an interesting concept, I guess. I don't know how it's going to do for them. Hopefully they do well with it.
If it's cheap enough compared to the second one, maybe people will buy it first. I don't know. I mean, at least they're not forgetting about the game.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of an interesting concept.
Okay. But here's an easy one. In chat, yes or no, would you guys buy this? I don't.
With the second one coming out soon.
Yeah, exactly. Would you go out and buy this? When is this supposed to drop? Actually,
I can't remember now.
I know, but even if it comes out before at the same time, would you buy it? You know, I don't.
Yeah, the only thing I could see is if it, because I never played the first one, but if it's story driven to where it helps to have played the first one and the second one picks up off of the story of the first one.
Okay,
then that could make a little bit of sense.
Sure.
Me.
It's more story driven. Okay, I get that.
So that could make sense. But
I don't remember going into the demo of the second one and thinking, oh man, I should have played the first. You know.
Yeah, and even still, I don't know why they wouldn't just start promoting the first, put it on sale. You know, instead of adding these assets into the first one from the second one.
Right.
But I guess it'll probably be a better experience. It'll probably look better, you know, and all of that than the original first one. But I'm not sure. It's weird to me, but.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Some of the first one in says no. I know.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, if anything, I'm just going to pick up the second one. I I don't plan on really going back to the first one and playing that at this point in time, even with the updated stuff. I mean, I guess unless it comes out way earlier, you know, if you get it quite a bit ahead of time than the second one, then that makes a little bit more sense. But I'm pretty sure Vertigo 2 is supposed to release in 2020. I don't have the official release date here in front of me, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, actually, Ryan Hawley in chat said Vertigo's a great game. I suggest buying it.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, exactly. I've heard it is a really, really good game. Yeah, for sure. I'm just confused of why they're redoing it with the second assets. But as far as I know, people talk really highly of this game. Like I said, I've never played the first one, but yeah.
I mean, I guess if it's at a low enough price point and it plays then as good as Vertigo 2, maybe it's an easy pickup. But I don't actually know where the price is at currently. I guess I'm
not sure how we missed this one. I'm not sure when the first one came out, but I'm really surprised we never played this, in all honesty. I don't know how.
Right.
I don't know how we missed this, but kind of crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. It is the original Vertigo is $14.99. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Looks cool though. It looks good. I mean, it really does look good. Yep. So, and I think if you have the first one, you're getting this updated version. So, pretty neat.
Yeah, that is awesome.
So I did want to say. I did want to say that my dad is in town right now, and he said something in chat earlier about how I'm looking really bright today, which I always look really bright. But he for Christmas actually got me. I have these really awesome lights that we can actually put in the description. But I can't remember who makes them, but they're phenomenal lights. And I only had one, and I had the other ones were the big shadow box lights because you got to like light everything up. But so he got me a new one of these, and it is so nice to actually have two. They have a remote control, fully adjustable color, brightness, which we'll have to put a link to it in the description. I love these lights. They are fantastic lights. So he told me you better mention that light that I got you on the show. And I said, I will do that. And I almost forgot. So
that's awesome.
This show is brought to you today by my dad that lit me up. So good with lights.
And Rezzle Rock, man.
Oh man, yeah. Seriously, thank you so much for all the super chats today. That was really unexpected and really awesome. We really highly appreciate that. So
trust me, it's all going to good use too. We actually haven't done anything we are trying to just create a pot at the moment. Hopefully do something big.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We really
actually still have some giveaways to do and stuff too. We don't have any entered into the thing today, but watch the Discord. We put out, and some of these might not be claimed yet. I think they're all claimed, but on Christmas Day, I made some Christmassy kind of pictures in a coffee shop, and I hid game key codes into the picture that you kind of had to zoom into really close. And at first I just posted it and I didn't say anything, and nobody was really saying anything. So I'm like, maybe they're just saying, Merry Christmas, stuff like that. I thought, well, maybe they didn't notice. So I kind of put in something in there about looking closely at the pictures, and then people started getting them. But so we do still have, make sure you sign up for the Gleam giveaway. That is is it in the description? Did you add it?
I did.
Okay, so it is in the description. Yeah. So make sure to join to sign up for the Gleam giveaway. That is for Asgard's Wrath on the Oculus store.
Yep.
Excited to be able to give that away. That's going to be really cool.
And I laid some hints down in our Discord, which we try and push some stuff out the Discord during the week. But I actually put a code in the description of last week's video all the way at the bottom. And I don't know if that got redeemed or not.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Now somebody's
going to get it now, yeah. So you always got to be prepared. We like to try to hide stuff and sneak some codes around and stuff where you're not always anticipating seeing them. So
exactly.
But we do have some more to give away. Maybe we'll do some more on the Discord or something like that. So make sure you join the Discord. It's a really, really good community over there that we have a lot of fun with and bounce ideas off of people and ask questions and get some people into some games. If you're looking to play some games, it's a great place to meet some awesome people to play with. If you don't have any VR friends, because there are a lot of new people to VR that probably don't have a lot of friends that have VR.
So many new people right now. It's crazy.
Even in Pavlov, we were in Pavlov. That was before Christmas. That was like on Sunday or Saturday.
Sure. Yeah.
And so many new people. I mean, you could tell because the people in there, they were like, I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you how many people ask, are these people real? So like you're running around and they're like, are you guys real people? Like they don't know if it's real people in there they're playing with, or if it's just computer, AI or what it is. So I mean, I'm a lot of that. I heard a lot of that kind of stuff. So there's definitely a lot of new people. And Pavlov had I think we were playing, there was like 2,500 people playing Pavlov at the time or something like that.
I know.
Yeah, so
it's nuts, man.
It's pretty crazy.
I know. We appreciate everybody, man. Steve XM, Tony Digital, everybody for the super chats and stuff too.
Yeah, seriously. Thank you so much. Definitely much appreciated. So sorry we were a little late this morning. Again, if you want to give anybody a hard time, that is Adam in our Discord, ATOM. Just go ahead and give him a hard time. It is all his fault. So.
Oh man, I love everybody over there. It's great.
Yeah,
it's a good
awesome.
time.
It is awesome. So we definitely appreciate it. That is gonna wrap up our show for today, I think, and we should be back next week. I am gonna be playing with the Oculus Link, the official cable, quite a bit, trying to get a good feel for that and seeing if I any kind of bugs or anything, and hopefully we get voice chat enabled back onto the Oculus Link, because it's really hard because I really like to play VR with other people and I can't do it really very easily with that. So that is that's a big downside to it right now, but. Yeah.
And I got to work on my Pimax and also my boxing and index controller. So
yeah, and your sim rig you've been working on. You got to finish that thing.
The sim rig's working though. At least that works.
It's usable. It is usable. So just got to get some finishing touches, maybe some paint or some stain on that thing. And
I got to order the 8KX.
Can you even order it yet? I don't even know.
Supposedly they were going to start shipping here 2 days ago.
So it'll be ready next year. Okay. As long as we're clear.
Allegedly. But I'm sure everyone will get a notification that their shipping's delayed or something.
Yeah, true that.
It's good stuff, though.
Crazy. Still. So, all right. Well, seriously, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the subscribers, the super chats, everything. Just being here in chat. We love having everybody in here. We love being able to talk to them. And
if no games come out this week, maybe we can get some playtime in with some people. Like, some serious playtime.
Yeah, I mean, that's almost the nice thing about last week. We didn't get any big, huge releases. We almost needed a little bit of a break there to get some. It's kind of crazy. But
next for our Facebook Horizon will probably drop on us. Watch.
Yeah, probably true. I mean, that's going to be. I think that's
going to be coming, man.
Yeah, the beginning of 2020. So that could drop anytime. We're definitely 2020 is going to be an amazing year. 2019 was absolutely phenomenal for VR, and 2020 is just going to be. I mean, knock your socks off.
And look, we got CES. Like Anakazi was just saying, the Pimax headsets at CES too.
Well, they have that new one. What is it called? They call it something weird.
Hold on. The Artesian, right? Or
I think so.
Artisan. I'm sorry. Yeah.
As if their lineup wasn't confusing enough, let's throw another one in there.
I know, right? It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
I know. I want that native 4K though, man.
Yeah.
I want it.
That is cool. I am excited to try the AKX for sure. I can't wait to try that thing out. Yep. But so definitely thank you all for being here. I guess we will go ahead.
Absolutely.
Get off.
Pleasure, guys. Yeah. Glad you're here. We'll see you on the next one. Or maybe see you back in VR. Hopefully this week, right? Maybe stream it. Maybe something.
Yeah, we need to do some streaming. You need some controllers though. We got to have something we can talk. You can't talk on your Quest. But, all right. Well, we will see everybody next time.
We won't keep random. Yeah. We'll see you back here. See you in VR. Later, guys.
Thanks again. See ya.
Oh.